And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Much like the housing market, the price of cars and trucks are out of this world right now. So what's causing it? We talked to an expert to find out. And joining us here on the Factor Uncensored is Grant Feek. He is the CEO of KRIV, a private car buying company. Grant, out there, it's a rough world after the pandemic in buying a new car or a used car, because in many cases, the prices are through the roof. So why are we seeing such high prices right now?
It's a factor. Thanks for having me on, Isaiah. Glad to be here. It's a factor of many things. The supply shortages of various manufacturing parts are making it difficult for the manufacturers to produce new cars, which drives demand for used cars because the people can't find new, they go to used. Also, the fact that people are getting stimulus checks from the federal government right now, it's pretty common knowledge that a lot of those times, the money is used for vehicle purchases and people have unexpected stimulus to their income. As the pandemic starts to end, more people are going out and about. Certainly recreational travel is increasing as well. So there are a lot of things that are driving demand up for used cars and a lot of things that are driving supply down at the same time. And that's really what's going on. And to put some numbers to it, used car valuations have risen about 50% in the past year and 5% in the past month.
That's incredible. And
pretty wild. I have not seen anything like it in the last 10 years.
To show you the value and the need for cars out there.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have a friend who recently sold his truck, and it's probably about a year old, but he got well over the value when he sold his truck to another dealership. So it's just mind blowing out there, just how much of a need there is for cars. When you are, or an individual is going out to buy a used car, what advice would you give them in this particular climate?
It's a great question. I would say if you're buying on the private market, you always have to make sure, the number one thing I advise is make sure that seller has the title to the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't, then you might end up buying a vehicle that they didn't have the right to sell. It could belong to their ex-fiance. a lot of things could happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is make sure that you look at the vehicle history report. It might be a Carfax report. It might be an auto check report. But that'll show you things like how frequently the vehicle has been traded in terms of ownership, how frequently it's been in an accident. And if those things happen too frequently, that can have a negative impact on the value of the vehicle for your, when you go to sell a vehicle. And then if those things all look pretty clear, I'd ask to see servicing documents from the seller. Hopefully they'd have those. And then you want to go on a test drive. If you like the vehicle, I would highly recommend that you have it inspected by a mechanic that you trust. And if that all checks out, I think you go for it. If you're buying at a dealership, you're not worried about those fraud challenges as much. You're going to be a little bit more probably concerned with getting a good price. and it's a particularly tough time, unfortunately, to get a good price on a lot of vehicles because there just aren't a lot to go around at the moment.
Now, what about a new car? Should we even look at a new car right now in this climate where the prices are really high?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if you're the kind of consumer that wants a new vehicle, you should go for it, particularly if you are, things like leasing can be really attractive. If you are open to, having to make a decision in another 3 or 4 years about whether you want to keep your vehicle or not, particularly if you buy, for example, the Japanese manufacturers make great vehicles that just, they retain their value really well, and that makes your lease payments really low. I personally, I shouldn't probably say this, but I have leased a lot of Toyotas in the past, but that can work if you're that type of buyer. So I would say certainly if you can find what you're looking for, there's no reason not to buy a new car right now. It's just that whether you're buying new or used, and you're working at the dealership, you just have to be mindful of what you're paying.
Remember to shop smart out there when you're looking for that car and truck.